In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at Google Calendar. As you can see, I've already signed into my Google account. Across the top of my screen, I have various different places that I can go, and I'm going to go to the calendar. If you don't see calendar up here, you can click on the More button and you should see it here in this list. I'm going to go ahead and click on calendar, and that's going to bring up my calendar. Now by default, your calendar will show in a week view. So if this is the first time you're using Google Calendar, it will actually display like this. You'll notice up here in the upper right hand corner I can change the view. If I want to view just a day at a time, I can do that. Again, by default, your calendar is set for a week at a time. I prefer to view my calendar a month at a time so I can see all of the meetings and things that I have during the month. You can also view it for a 4-day view, so it will give you today and then 3 days after that. And you can also do an agenda view. Now you can change the default view. Remember, I told you that by default it views a week at a time. If you prefer to have a different view show each time you start your calendar, you want to go to the Settings cog and choose Settings, and then scroll down till you find Default View, which is right here, and you can change that to whichever view you prefer, and that will be the view that will start up each time you enter Google Calendar. I'm going to go back to my calendar, and I'm going to go ahead and work in the month view because this is the view that I prefer, but I will show you some different things that you can do in the week view as we go through here. So I have an event that I want to add to tomorrow's date. The quick way to do that is to just simply click the spot where you want the event to go. So if I want it to go on the 21st, I'm going to click on the 21st. And at a minimum, you need to put in the time and where it's at. So I'm going to say I have a meeting at 1 p.m. tomorrow, and I'm going to decide which calendar I want to attach it to. If you are new to Google Calendars, you probably only have one calendar. In a later tutorial, I will show you how to add additional calendars. I'm going to go ahead and attach that to my school calendar, and I'm going to click Create Event. And so here we can see that I now have a meeting scheduled for 1 p.m. tomorrow. Other ways that you can create events, I can actually click the big red Create button up here in the upper right hand corner. This will give me the ability to do some more detailed work when I'm creating the event. So let's say I have a training session on Wednesday from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock a.m. By default, the increments will be in a half an hour, and I'll show you where you can go in and change that. You can specify an end date if it happens on more than one day. If it's an all-day event, you can check this box here. If you would like to repeat this event, say every Wednesday at 9 o'clock you have a meeting, you can choose to repeat that event. You can enter the event one time here, and it will go ahead and put that same event on all corresponding days. Here you can specify where the event is, so maybe my training session is at the senior high, so I'll put senior high. You can specify the calendar that that event is supposed to attach to, and you can give it a description. Over here you will notice you can add guests. So this is really useful in setting up a meeting or something like that. You can actually enter people's email addresses in there, add them to that calendar date. Those dates will be added to their calendar if they use Google Calendar. You can give the event a special color, and you can also set reminders. So I will be emailed 10 minutes prior to my meeting, a reminder, and it will also give me a pop-up on my screen. Okay, so once you've gone ahead and made your changes, you want to go ahead and click Save, and we'll see that that training session now shows up on the 22nd. If we want to edit an event, so maybe I have changed the time for this event, I'm simply going to click on the event and I'm going to click Edit Event. And so I can change this from 9 o'clock to 9:30, and I'll go ahead and click Save. Again, your meeting increments are set to default to a half an hour. If you would like to change that, you're going to go to the Settings cog and choose Settings, and you're going to look for Default Meeting Length. Here I have mine set to 60 minutes, but again by default it will be set for 30 minutes. So you can change that to whatever meeting length you prefer. If you make a change there, make sure you click Save. Let's take a look at scheduling an event in the week view. One of the things that I do like about the week view is that it allows you to set the time right here on this calendar. So if I have a meeting scheduled for on Friday from 12 to 3 o'clock, I can simply click 12 and drag down to 3 o'clock, and it blocks out that whole period of time. So now here I don't have to enter a time. I can just put meeting, select the calendar, and create event, and it schedules me out for that whole block of time. When I come back to the month view, here's that meeting right here that I just scheduled. So those are some of the basic things that you can do in Google Calendar.